Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens. We have to make good about last recording because I had to change the resolution to fix the hitching, and that makes all the text so small that I don't really know what I'm doing in any of the Windows settings. I accidentally muted the game, basically. Turned it down, if not completely muted it. So all of last recording, you weren't crazy. There was no audio in the game. So we'll go back and do that story mode after this one, because this one will probably be the last one and give us some kind of credits and unlock free play mode. And then we'll do it again in the next recording, probably, unless there's 2 more levels to go. I would do it right now, but unfortunately if I click continue now, this is the only instance in which you'll get that open world intermission between chapter 9 and chapter 10. And so if I do anything that breaks the pattern, even if the game lets me, which it probably would let me, then you will never see that content. So the only thing I could really do, short of starting a complete new file and playing all the way up to that point, which I've done that once before, but frankly it's not worth it because I'm so tired at this point of doing tech support for LEGO games, and I really needed to play this game, I think, just to remind myself. Any thoughts I had of going back and playing any of the older LEGO games, I think are going to be on the back burner, because I'm still doing way too much work here, doing way too much talking in between, in the front. Meanwhile, it seems, best I can tell, that you get the spinning mouse icon kind of at random. It just depends on whether or not your computer has the spinning icon when you launch it in Windows borderless mode. And if it is a spinning icon, which it probably will be because you just clicked on the application to launch it, the game just locks in that animation for the rest of the game. And it doesn't seem like there's any consistent way to fix it. So problems all over. Problems abound. I've also reset the settings to now performance through the NVIDIA control panel, just a default performance mode. I did not like how that last level played. It felt very slow. In theory, this should reduce hitching, if it does anything. I think a lot of the NVIDIA control panel for 3D applications, compared to games, are not much of anything. But maybe it is. Let's just click continue and move forward. If we somehow played this level and there was no hitching because I put it in performance mode, that'd be great. But I seriously doubt there's any solution or any combination of settings that's going to cause that to happen. Like, the way the graphics engine is built into TT games, LEGO games, is designed, it seems, to throttle your graphics card to the maximum at all times. And because you're not giving yourself that little bit of energy, that little overhead, that little bit of processing power just in case, it's never going to happen. This seems really dark too. I don't know if we've accidentally, by changing some settings, made this happen a lot darker. So that would be my next thing. If I was going to go play but the previous level, I would just do it there. Let's see. Let's see what we got on red bricks. Studs times 2 for 4,000. Destroy on contact. Oh, why are these not enabled? Well, they are enabled. I just can't see the check mark. Interesting. Regenerating hearts, not really needed. There's less extras here than normal. And if we come back here, this is a pretty empty open world area. It seems unnecessary to have had that. And I guess we are on the Star Killer base. I guess these plus symbols mean there are more levels here. I don't like how this galaxy is designed. It seems like there's something that should be here, and I guess there is something there, and there should be something near the center of the galaxy. It says we're 22% complete. And like, if I was gonna try and turn up video settings, all I could really do is turn up brightness. So apologies if this looks like really crazy. Alright, we're looking for hitches, and we're trying to see if this moves faster. And it kind of feels like it does, but I'm like, yeah, it still kind of feels slow. I don't know what happened there. Is that just a mental thing that I'm wrong about? It says it wants me to jump into this. Apparently, we are going to use this in a fly around mode. And see, ideally, this... which planet are we on? By the way. I feel like the vehicle missions in LEGO games should always be like this. You should be relatively on the ground, just hovering over, still interacting with other LEGO items. When you are completely disconnected from the land, you've created... Oops, I think I've managed to go out of bounds. Nope. So those flying sections, I'm probably not going to even get all 5 of those. I guess the idea is to abandon the snowmen. I got 4 out of 5 snowmen. Is there really not another one I can find? And that action, that B button prompt, is too slow to do consistently. Yeah, little bits of Lego here and there. Still, I would argue this game is rather devoid of Lego sections, Lego pieces. There's a hitch. And so now we're in the horrible scenario where I may have ruined the brightness on the game and not actually increased the performance in any meaningful way. Finn would be able to open these things, but I guess I don't want to get too distracted. I just want to find that last snowman, which I suspect would be somewhere close. I guess not. Now I'm just wasting time running back. And let's see. Wait a minute. I guess she doesn't have the lightsaber. Finn does. There's not a very quick maneuverable way to get yourself through a place. You have this double jump, and there's a snowman, but it just was a rebuilt one that we had already dealt with. And these shouldn't be respawning. That feels like a glitch. Well, that was enough time wasted. Let's start this level and continue the story. Chapter 10, the finale. I guess you probably in a Star Wars movie would want some kind of success and wrap up after that sort of surprise that that Kylo Ren killed Han Solo, or at least it seems like he did, depending on whether or not he actually stabbed him or threw him off a ledge in the movie. I think he actually stabbed him with his lightsaber in the movie, and they just threw him off a ledge in this game to try to be more kid friendly, which then is just the game depicting the story it's telling inaccurately. So there has to be some kind of victory. One assumes that they're going to do something to at least partially cripple the Star Destroyer, or the Mega Star Destroyer. The Empire desperately needs to have a different weapon that's not a big giant ball that destroys planets. Throw some chemical weapons in there. Throw some... arguably, even the droids as an idea was something different. When the attack of the droid army. And we've got another flying around. Yeah, you really can't just continuously give this movie's version of the Empire yet another big round weapon. There needs to be something else. Like, you could do, if you were a good writer, you could do a nice bait and switch where people thought that they were building another Death Star, and at the end, the weapon that they've been talking about the whole time, that the enemies have been talking about collecting and moving, was actually a Sith Jedi child. And that would have been a nice introduction to somebody like Kylo Ren. Still not sure what these really are, because there's no indicator of where I'm supposed to go. I guess maybe I'm supposed to do that and then fly through this and then fly through that. I guess the idea here is this is a race. Lego Marvel superheroes had races like this in the open world, and they were alright. Pretty good, I would say, actually. But it seems out of place to have a race like this in the middle of the fight just to get a mini kit. But at least we know what those are now. This feels like it's going to be a considerably long fight, and again, it feels sluggish. So, while no specific level was just flying around like this, I could see a lot of these elements getting edited out in a remastered collection release of this, like a complete collection. Am I supposed to... Seemed like something instantly targeted me once I had a couple of things left. There's a lot of things that were shooting, even considering this as a mostly empty space. And and we're not getting a lot of studs. And it seems like after a certain time, it lets you get away with doing one or two fewer enemies than you actually needed to kill. Like, if I was going to write a Star Wars movie, I would lay down the law from day one and say, look, we're not doing a trench run scene. We're not doing a Death Star scene. Like, we're not going to just do things that have been done before. And I'm sure Disney wouldn't like to hear that, but frankly, the problem is there's a danger that people aren't even going to be interested in seeing episode 9 right now because it feels 7 felt so familiar. On the other hand, 8 felt very different and people weren't happy about that either, so there may be no way to do a good Star Wars movie. Maybe just have a vision and stick with it. But I don't think you are actively having a vision if you're just copying what's already been done. Although that kind of is what Star Wars is episode 4 was copied quite a bit for episode 5, and episode 6 was copied quite a bit from episode 5 and 4. And when they started to do slightly different things in episode 1, people didn't like it. So I'm probably not the right person to hire to write a Star Wars movie anyways. And we're back to this percentage destruction sequence where we're flying in sideways circles, which that feels awkward. So did I just do a trench run in the oscillator? So they were on the oscillator, and the oscillator was sucking energy out of the sun to the Star Destroyer. And we get the final battle. So Finn is fighting Kylo Ren instead of Rey. There you go. Tap X, then tap B in QuickTime events. And I got one hit on him. And there kind of is nothing else here. So previous LEGO games have very much been built around doing this a lot. Just getting a certain number of hits before you can actually do a damaging hit. And I'm tapping X. Am I supposed to hold X? Maybe? And then tap X? Like, the sequencing here is kind of crazy. Oh. So that feels like that was the right time to do that, but maybe I could have done that earlier. It seems like she's hurt now and she's stumbling, and it's actually showing that she's stumbling. So that's moving her even slower. I need somebody else. Let's build this over here and see what this is. It's a machine gun. There's a problem, in my opinion, with the way Kylo is depicted. Even if he is supposed to be like the most powerful Sith or the second most powerful Sith we've seen, he really doesn't match that with a personality or a intelligence or anything. If anything, he seems like he's a very weak Sith trying to be powerful. And this character's all the way back over here, and I'm wondering if maybe she needed to do something different. Apparently I could pick one of two things to do, but not do both of those things. And yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything else for her to do. So unless she's supposed to jump down, but she can't, it's all an invisible wall. Yeah, it's just all an invisible wall, so I assume I'm supposed to be fighting with this. This is a really badly programmed boss fights. Boss fights have always been problematic in LEGO games. I don't know how you fix it. I think part of the way you fix it is you stop paying other people to make the flying around vehicle missions and you put that money into boss fights. And you learn how to do it yourself instead of having a third parties make your flying around vehicles and boss fights. So she's gonna use the Force for the first time ever with no training whatsoever. There is a lesser theme in Star Wars movies of denying your destiny, and Rey certainly plays right into that again, where she denies her destiny, although arguably that might just be part of the hero's journey in general. So we'll run back this way to make sure we get studs. And yeah, we're just like not getting anywhere with them. You have to... I'm holding X this time to see. And I guess I should have tapped X because that didn't work. You have to get away from him far enough, and I don't know if this is how the movie played it, to get him angry enough to jump towards you. But your lightsabers aren't even slashing each other. I'm going right through his torso, and his lightsaber is not bouncing it back or anything like that. It's just no clipping. And remember, she just saw him kill his father. This kind of is the opposite of the way the story happened in The Force Unleashed, where Darth Vader had a secret apprentice and trained him to be a very good Jedi. This is like Snoke found an apprentice and trained him to be the worst possible Sith you could make. I'm still not certain what triggers anything. It seems like it's mostly just a timed event. And this is way too much health for a boss fight when it's just a timed event. There's no opportunity for speedrunning in this. And see, this is mostly just a cutscene, so like maybe you just do a Lego cutscene example. Is that really how it happened in the movie? Did he pull down the tree? It's like, see, now it feels like Finn is hobbled. So what's this that I just activated? Like, why can't I go into targeting mode from over here? I guess maybe I can go into targeting mode. Apparently. Come on, Finn. I can't get away from this. And there's nothing to shoot. B, 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 Y. I can't get down here and collect that either. I don't understand. Like, he's programmed to be there. And there's just nothing here. I got a collectible. Is that what's gonna let me leave? See, A button does this. B button, holding B button does this. This. Holding Y does this. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm supposed to be pushing this. And we're right in the middle of this boss fight. And Finn has somehow locked himself into some stupid leftover element that doesn't connect to anything, doesn't mean anything. Apparently somewhere behind here is hiding something or other droids to shoot. I guess there's little droids that are flying up and I'm supposed to be hitting them. But and I guess I'm stuck here until I do this mini-kit game. And they're not even moving fast enough. This is incredibly slow, incredibly boring, and totally in the wrong place to have something like this. And how could they not have thought to have a way to press the B button and get away from them? And now he finally, like, finally can, like, he can finally walk away from this. And let's not forget that, yes, hitching is happening like crazy. Finally. So these little sections, like, did this really happen in the movie? These little sections, I think, could be around cutscenes for fighting him. I don't think I agree with the fighting element and aspect. It's just, it added gameplay in an annoying fashion. Let's see. See if jumping over here, and collecting some of this stuff. And by falling, maybe we can switch to him. There we go. Does Finn have the lightsaber? No, he doesn't. Rey now has the lightsaber. And so, while Finn is stumbling around, we need Rey to come this direction. Where are you? And I guess I'm really going to have to... Oh, look at that. She's glitched. She's full on glitched. Oh well, we recovered from that. So the question will be that, can Rey use the Force now? And the answer seems to still be very much no. Like, for as much as I had hoped that would have worked, I've never seen anything in the story to indicate that Rey is particularly angry or has a dark side at all. In fact, it's been the exact opposite. Obviously, I can't reach that. Rey has been depicted, at least in this game, as a perfectly good person. Much better than any of the other characters in the story. We haven't even seen her do one bad thing. See, this might be an idea where it gives the indication that eventually she'll turn into a Sith, and maybe Kylo Ren will turn into a Jedi, and they'll switch places. But I doubt that will happen on the Disney movie either. And they're following a path of Wookiee cookies, which I imagine didn't happen in the movie. So she beats up but doesn't kill Kylo Ren and leaves him on a planet that's exploding. But wait a minute. Was the Star Killer part of a planet? Or was that a different thing? Was the Death Star thing, which I think is called Star Killer, that we just saw blow up, the same as the planet? Or did two things just blow up at the same time and it not make much sense? And here's the big reveal. R2-D2 wakes up he wakes up and then and oddly, for as popular as BB-8 was, it doesn't seem like he was doing much in the movie either, in the later half. What is that, a cupcake or a... I don't know what kind of cart that was, like a food cart of some sort. And that was incredibly short too, considering I got stuck in that mini kit game. We're still 10 minutes shy of 45 minutes, which means that it took me 30 minutes to do the final level. No real resolution, no real finale, it feels like. Of course, The Force Awakens was written as a movie in the design to just get people interested in talking and hyped enough for the next movie. Now, the next movie goes in a very different direction by a different director who, from best I can tell, threw out all of the plans that existed before and takes it in a weird twist. So, I really don't know how this trilogy can come out and be good. Now, since that was the finale and it says continue story, I believe this is just going to go to the credits. That's what I'm thinking. Or maybe there's a post-log, which that's not, I don't know if that really is a word. There's an epilogue that so nothing here, and we're still very short as far as score times 4. There's still a lot to do. And what happens when we walk over this direction? Apparently we are going to continue the story. Well, I have to, I guess, say my apologies for episode 10. We'll deal with that later. There's clearly some side missions and things that we'll have to come back and get. Apparently we're going to eventually be able to go here and here and here also. So this map is, I think, going to fill in a little bit more, because this star constellation looks like it's a ship, and this star constellation looks like it's a ship, and this star constellation looks like it's a lightsaber. So I am suspecting that that means something, and it's not just silliness on the part of the designers. It says we're 23.9% done. We will eventually go back and play the story mode, but this still really is my only opportunity to move the story forward. It seems like everybody's wearing party hats. We may start next recording and just find that this is the credits and a celebration event. A lot of my criticisms most definitely are built around the movie itself. It feels like the movie, episode 7, is pretty weak. But also, there's major problems with this PC port. It's super buggy, unacceptably buggy. There are problems with decisions in production as far as that final boss fight was horrible. I don't have a immediate solution to that. I imagine what you do is you would have taken it. I would have said, let's try it without fighting Kylo Ren at all, or let's have it so that we hit Kylo Ren only 3 times at the beginning and it's real quick and it is just a immersive fight where you hit X 3 or 4 times, it makes contact with him and you defeat him. And then do the Lego stuff, which there really wasn't even that much Lego stuff. This will be the new menu that we pause on when we get out of the story sections. It tells us we have 39 of 220 mini kits, so we need the mini kit detector red brick. We need to get that relatively quick, and that means there probably is a good argument to try and find a red brick that would be a locator brick before we even try to play all the levels in free play. Otherwise, I'm going to end up doing some levels 2 or 3 times, but I'll probably have to end up doing things 2 or 3 times, or maybe I'll cheat and just go look online to see which level has the minikit detector and the red brick detector, assuming those are even separate extras that are still available, that they were available in the original Lego game. I imagine they're still available now. 28 of 262 gold bricks. As we move forward and do the extra levels content, that will get more gold bricks as we get the remaining wow, the remaining true Jedis done. We'll get gold bricks for that. Also, as we get characters in Carbonite, I think we might get gold bricks. No, I don't think we get gold bricks for characters in Carbonite, or unlocking characters or unlocking vehicles. We're at 100 characters unlocked right now. It just occurs to me, there's 22 true Jedis, but there's only been 10 chapters. So, unless they're going to have us play the game again as Kylo Ren and the bad guys, and play the movie all the way again like that, there's a lot of content here that's going to be sort of story related that doesn't make sense. Now, it might be that all of that is just DLC and season pass stuff, so we're going to play a lot of levels that you actually didn't see in the movie. That might explain it. Anyways, that's it for this recording. I'm going to go check the colors and see if it is terribly darker. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. Thank you for watching. Have